G'day guys and welcome back to AdosTheGreat YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be giving you my NRL tips for this weekend's action starting tomorrow night. But first and foremost, let's look over the round 15, my round 15 results. So starting off, I got a tip wrong. And I'm annoyed about this because it would have given me a perfect round. I backed the Rabbitohs. I backed my boys. I thought they'd get it done by 13 plus, and they got absolutely annihilated, 32-0 in the first half. All right, next up, I backed the Cowboys, and they got the job done right at the end of the game. It was like 3 tries in 5 minutes or something, man. They came back and got a thrilling win over the Sea Eagles, so that was great. I got my tip there. Storm beat the Broncos. Broncos were brave in this game. They played very well, but at the end of the day, Melbourne were just too good and they got the win. Next up, I took the Sharkies to beat the Titans, and I was a little bit nervous about this one because the Titans actually played pretty good football and the Sharks were actually extremely disappointing. But the Sharkies did get the job done at the end. I think if they play this at Seabus, it's the other way around and Titans win this one. But yeah, Sharks, very disappointing. Titans were quite good. But yeah, I'm glad the Sharkies got the win. Penrith played very well against the Warriors, although the Warriors were actually quite good. The scoreline might seem like it's that statement is way off, but the Warriors were pretty good in that game. Next up, we have the Eels beating the Roosters. Quality game of football. The first half was just some of the best football I've ever seen, and I hate the Roosters, but gosh, they played very well in this game. I think if either of these two teams play this well against Melbourne or Penrith, they can beat them. I honestly think that. All right, next up, I took the Raiders in this one. I thought they'd get a decent win over the Knights, but to my surprise, the Knights actually played some good football. The Raiders only won with a last-minute try to, I was going to say Liam Martin, but that is not who it is. I cannot think of his name now. Oh my God, I've had a mind blank. Far out. It was a last-minute try to the man, let me see, Hudson Young. That's the one I'm looking for. So Hudson Young got the last-minute try and got the Raiders the win there. Bulldogs looked absolutely clinical against the Tigers. Good win for them, and I did tip the Doggies. And then I backed the Blues to beat my Maroons on Sunday night, and they got the job done. Unfortunately, look, as much as I love the tip, getting that tip right, it would have been nice to see the Queenslanders close out the series, but we're on to a decider, and I cannot wait for that. All right, now, round 16. Starting off Thursday night, we've got Manly versus the Storm. Now, this is a rivalry. This one is dead set a rivalry. I love watching these two teams play, but with that being said, I do think Storm win this game quite comfortably, and the user tips agree with me. I think Storm are going to be way too good, and I'm backing them 13 plus in this game. Right, next up, we've got the Knights against the Titans. How are the tipsters voting? So it's actually, I thought the Knights would have more support there. Both sides are getting players back, which is good to see, like Bradman Best, Daniel Saifiti, Heimel Hunt, Lockie Fitzgibbon, all getting named there. But the big out for the Knights is Kalen Ponga. So a bit disappointing to see Ponga not strapping on the boots this weekend, but understandably after quite a few head knocks recently, he definitely deserves a rest. We also see Corey Thompson, David Fafita, Herman Sasa, and Kevin Proctor return to the Titans squad. Now, some of these players are named in the extended lineup, so that whether they play or not is up for debate. But yeah, look, KP out is a huge loss for the Knights, but I just think they're on a bit of a roll at the moment. I know they did lose to the Raiders, but personally, I think they were the better team. I don't see them winning 13 plus here, but I do think it will be a 1-12 win for Newcastle. All right, next up we have the Penny Panthers against the Roosters, and wow, 96% of tipsters are tipping the Panthers. Look, I do agree with them, and I am back in Penrith in this one, but I would not be surprised if the Roosters got up. I'm going to tip the Panthers by 8, but I would say don't rule the Roosters out. They definitely could, especially if they played like they did against Para. I think this could be the game of the round. All right, first of our Saturday night games, and I think we could be seeing an upset here. Now, what's the tipster saying? That's actually pretty good for the Bulldogs, 17% to 83%. The Doggies, they played very well against the Tigers. They played well the week before against Parramatta. I think they have what it takes to beat Cronulla. I really do. I think they're finding some form, and under Mick Potter, they're playing some good football. Now, with that being said, I do have the Sharkies winning this one 1-12. But again, I would not be surprised if we see an upset here and the Doggies take the chocolates in this one. All right, next up, we have another rivalry. I can't wait. This is probably the game of the round 100%. Understandably, we do have some injuries in these teams. So for the Cowboys, sorry, I'm just going to get it up. So, there's not really too many. So Cowboys, welcome back Kyle Felt. He hasn't been named in the starting squad, but he is named in the extended squad. Luciano Leilua also will make his club debut off the bench with Tom Gilbert returning in the second row. So that's some huge inclusions for them. Adam Reynolds also comes back for the Broncos. They do welcome back Tyson Gamble as well, but I don't think he will play. I think he'll just be named on the bench for just if there's an injury. I think we're going to see the Cowboys way too strong in this one. I don't see them losing this one, and I'm actually going to back the Cowboys here 13+. I think they get the job done quite easily here against the Broncos, and if they do win easily, I think that really cements them as a premiership threat. All right, last of the Saturday games, we've got the Bunnies against the Eels, who, 78% favour the Eels in this one. I'm not going to lie, as much as I love the Rabbitohs, and I would love to tip them this week, especially with Latrell coming back. I do think the Rabbitohs have every right to win this game. And I think with Latrell, we're going to see a huge shift in our attack. It's going to be dangerous again. I think he's going to just instill so much confidence in Cody Walker. But I can't go past the Eels and how well they've been playing. That win over the Roosters was just outstanding. And I'm going to tip against my boys. I'm going to do it. It hurts to do it, and I know a lot of Rabbitohs fans are going to be coming at me going, you never tip against the Bunnies. I want to win this tipping comp, guys. So I'm going to back the Eels here. I hope to God the Rabbitohs win. I really do, obviously, being a Rabbitohs fan and wanting to push for finals. I think we can. I honestly do think we can. My heart says, hey, look, man, Latrell is coming back. It's going to instill so much confidence into Cody. We're going to look like a different team. But my head's going, you look at what the Eels did against the Roosters. That first half was just clinical. I think they completed it at 100% or high 90s. Teams that are doing that aren't getting beaten, even by Penrith or Storm, in my opinion. That was just a perfect half of footy for the Eels. And if they continue that style of football, they're going to be impossible to beat. So I am going to back the Eels in this one. Warriors and Tigers. This game's the first game back in New Zealand for the Warriors. And you know what? There's going to be so much passion, so much support out there. I believe the game is actually sold out, which is just crazy. So I do think we're going to see a Warriors win here. I think Warriors win this one 13+. I think they're just going to absolutely bulldoze the Tigers in this one. So I'm tipping the Warriors there. And finally, Dragons and Raiders. Another game that could potentially be the game of the round. Dragons are finding some form now. The Raiders won not convincingly against the Knights, and I think they're going to have to play a hell of a lot better to beat the Dragons. The Dragons are just finding the right form at the right time here. I'm going to tip St. George because I do think they will upset the Raiders. I don't know what the the sports bet or anything have I don't know who's the favourite in this one, but according to the fan tips, it is the Raiders. So I'm going to be tipping the Dragons in this game. So let's go over my tips again, and I will give you 13 plus or 1 to 12 once again, because I think I forgot some of them. So Storm, I'm back at 13 plus over Manly. Knights, I'm going 1 to 12. Panthers, I'm going 1 to 12. Obviously, I've given an 8-point margin. Sharkies, I'm going 1 to 12 as well. I think it'll be a fairly close game in this one. I really do. Cowboys, I'm going 13 plus. I'm going the Eels 1 to 12, but I do think that either team could blow each other out depending on who turns up on the night. If we get a rejuvenated Bunnies side with a Trell back, then I do think this game could go to the wire. Or if the Eels don't show up and they play like they did against the Bulldogs, Rabbitohs could win this one by 30 points. So, look, it's going to be a tough game. I do still think the Eels win this one 1 to 12. Warriors 18 plus. I just think that 13 plus. I just think that passion from that crowd is just going to get them over the line and get them a good win there. And there's a lot of confusion of what's happening with the Tigers' future. So I think Warriors win this game comfortably, and then Dragons 1 to 12 to beat the Raiders. So that is my tips for round 16, guys. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I will be at a wedding, so on Saturday I won't get to see too much football. But I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.